Yo, what is up guys? It is G with EastSideMiniMobberz, and in this video we're going to be installing some new dirt tires on the Monster Moto Predator 212 project. Let's get straight into it. So currently the bike is running some street SUNF tires, and these tires are great. A lot of grip and the tread has lasted a very long time. I really like these tires and I have no complaints whatsoever. So I decided to go with some SUNF dirt tires, as it seems like this bike is kind of going down dirt trails more than the street these days. So I got the SUNF Power 2s, and these tires are going to be great for what we're doing with this bike. You can see they have huge knobbies, so this is going to work out perfect going down those dusty dirt desert trails. So with all that being said, let's get this bike up on the jack and start disassembling the wheels so we can get these new tires fitted up. Alrighty, and I have it on my little motorcycle lift. Just the front is elevated. That's the one I'm going to start with, and here are all the tools and products that I'm going to be using. So I have a 13mm wrench along with a 12mm socket. That's going to be for my chain tensioner. I have a 14mm wrench. That's going to be for the axle bolts. And then I have my 3/4 inch socket, going to be for the axle nuts holding on the wheels. I have my Allen head bits, which are going to be for my rotors and my sprocket. I also have my ratchet for those bits. I have an assortment of screwdrivers and pry bars here so we can pry off the tires. And then I also have some silicone lubricant, which I may or may not use to hopefully help get the tire to slide over, and my trusty impact, just so it can make the process that much quicker. So with all that being said, we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to start by disassembling the front, and we're going to work on the front first, and then we'll work on the back. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and remove this front wheel first. Go ahead and slide out the axle and remove the spacers holding the wheel in. Just like that, and your wheel and tire will come right out. Alrighty, now we can go ahead and let the air out of the tire. I like to use a little valve core remover just like this. That way all the air will come out, and when we're squeezing down and trying to break the bead, air is able to flow out of the tire. And just like that, our little valve core will come right out. We can go ahead and set this to the side. Now that all the air is out of our tire and that valve core is out, we can easily squeeze this. So what I like to do to break the bead is I like to either push with your hands and really just give it a good firm push and a pop to try to pop the bead, or you can step on it with your foot to break the bead. I'm just trying to get the heel of my foot in the very corner here where it pulls down on the side of the bead to try to get it to pop off the rim. So as you can see, this tire was so difficult, I could not get it to pop off the bead, so I had to use a real full-scale vehicle to drive over the tire to pop it off the rim, just like that. So I was able to get this side popped off. Now we're gonna go ahead and pop off the other side. Same process, get it wedged against the vehicle, and we're gonna drive over it to pop it off. Perfect, just like that, it popped up right off the bead. And just like that, we have the bead of the tire popped off the rim. Out of all my years of mini biking, I've never came across a tire this stuck on the bead where you couldn't just step on it to pop it off. So I had to use a vehicle to get this bead to pop off. So now you can see it is loose on both sides. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my pry bar and an assortment of screwdrivers to pry this lip over the rim here. So now what I'm doing is I'm stepping on the rim and I'm trying to peel the tire off the rim, pushing it out this way. So I was able to get one side completely dismounted on the tire, you can see. So now I'm gonna try to yank this through, kind of flex the tire over it a little bit. Use your foot to kind of yank it out. I'm gonna grab my pry bar so I can kind of pry tire out of there. You can see how I have this positioned here. Alrighty, we can go ahead and install our new SUNF Power 2 tires. With tires, always make sure you are installing them the direction that they're going to be going. These are bi-directional, so it does not matter. I'm going to go ahead and put a decent amount of lubricant on here. And check it out, I was able to get this tire on the rim. Very, very difficult, but I was able to get it on there. So now I'm gonna try to see if this will take air. I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall my valve core and tighten that on up in there. And now let's see if we can fill this up with air. So you can see it's not wanting to take air. It's not wanting that bead to snap on the edge of the rim there. So there's two things that you can do. You can either do a ratchet strap method, which I'm going to try to do first, where you put a ratchet strap around the tire, which squeezes it, and it allows the tire to take air. Or you can do the starting fluid method, where you spray starting fluid in and around the tire and you light it on fire. It pops the bead, and then you're able to give it air. So as you can see, we got that ratchet strap all the way around the tire, and now we're just going to strap it down. Now we'll see if it'll take air. Just like that, it was able to take air. Go ahead and loosen this up. Now we want to make sure it's set at the right pressure. So it's a little under 20. This takes 28 PSI max. So I'm probably going to air it up to about 23, 24. Go ahead and put our valve stem cap back on. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our front wheel. And like I mentioned, this tire is bidirectional, so it does not matter which way it gets installed. Put in our axle bolt with our spacer. Then we can put on our nut and tighten it up. And just like that, the front wheel's installed. And now with the front wheel and tire being completely installed, that looks super sweet. I've repositioned the bike on the jack, so now we can start working on the rear. Now for the rear, we can start working on removing our chain tensioner. I'm gonna remove the master link on the chain. It's just gonna make removing the chain and the rear wheel that much easier. Just like that. Now we can remove the rear wheel with our wrench and our ratchet. And just like that, the rear wheel will come right out. Now to change the rear tire on the back of a mini bike, I would recommend taking the sprocket and the brake rotor off. It just makes it a lot easier, and then you don't gotta worry about potentially bending the rotor or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 6 bolts on each side that are securing the sprocket and the brake rotor. And then using my little driver makes quick work of it. And the brake rotor can come off. Now the sprocket. And just like that, our sprocket can come off. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove this back hub. I think it's just gonna make the install much easier, and it's only 3 nuts and bolts. And just like that, the hub can come straight out, and now we just have the wheel and tire. Should make it a lot easier to remove the tire without that hub there. Go ahead and remove the valve stem cap, let the air out, remove the valve core, and now we can go ahead and break the bead. I'm gonna just do the same thing and put it under the vehicle, because I have a feeling that this is gonna be just as difficult as the front. So let's go ahead and break the bead. Keep going a little bit more. There we go. And you can see I got the bead broken on both sides. I'm not even gonna try to fight this tire either. I'm just gonna cut it and then get it all removed, so then we can install the new tire. And you can see we got our old rim out of the old tire, and we're gonna get it into the new tire. And check it out, I got the tire on the rim. I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the front one. I'm gonna go ahead, throw the ratchet strap around it, and get some air in it. And now just tighten the strap down, reinstall that valve core, give it some air. So I was able to get it pumped up. Let's go ahead and check the tire pressure. Perfect. And we can reinstall our valve stem cap. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our hub back into the wheel. Now we can tighten them down. And perfect, the hub is reinstalled. Now we can reinstall the brake rotor and reinstall all the bolts. And just like that, our brake rotor is installed. Now we can reinstall our sprocket. And just like that, our sprocket is reinstalled. Now we can get the rear wheel all mounted up again. Go ahead and put the axle through. Alrighty, I got the back wheel installed with all the spacers. Now we can go ahead and throw on our washer and our lock nut and tighten this down. And just like that, all installed. Now we can put our chain back on, reinstall the master link. Just like that, chain's back installed. We can go ahead and install our chain tensioner now. Go ahead and tighten up the chain tensioner. And check it out, we got everything all reinstalled and the wheels bolted back up. And check out those tires, they look super sweet. Not only do the knobbies look cool, they're gonna be perfect for flying down those dusty dirt trails. And these tires are also 6-ply, so they should be pretty strong and somewhat puncture resistant. If you guys are interested in these tires, I'll throw a link down below where you can check them out on Amazon. But with all that being said, I'm super happy with this install. It looks super, super sweet. And now I think it's time for a montage. And just like that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and you stay tuned as you do not want to miss the upcoming mini bike videos. Peace.